In this session, we are going to discuss a prose. Unit 3, Prose 1. Title of the prose is A Hero, written by R.K. Narayan. First of all, I would like to tell something about the author R.K. Narayan. He was born in 1906. He was one of the most celebrated writers of Indian literature in English. He wrote about the everyday lives of ordinary people with humor and kindness. One of his best known works is Swami and His Friends, set in the fictional town of Malgudi. He received the Sahitya Academy Award for his book Guide, which was also made into a film. Students, what do you think when you hear the word a hero? Yeah, a hero must be a strong, brave, courageous. These qualities make a hero, right? But here, it's create irony. It is contrast between expectations and reality. This makes a reader wonder what the story is about and question how the title is related to the passage. Hero is a very interesting and entertaining story written by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan set most of his stories in the imaginary town of Malgudi in South India. Many of the stories are about a 10-year-old boy named Swami and his friends. Though Malgudi is a fictional city, it is believed to have been based on Malleswaram and Passamagudi, two localities in Bangalore that the author was familiar with. The story is about small timid boy named Swami who became a hero and pride of his family after an incident that happened fateful night. As a young boy, Swami disliked going to school to work hard. He simply enjoyed playing cricket and listening to stories from his grandmother. He was pampered by her and so preferred to sleep by her side. However, the situation turned worse when Swami's father tried to discipline him by asking him to sleep alone. We shall see the story to find out what happened when a 10-year-old boy was asked to sleep alone in a dark room at night. R.K. Narayan has beautifully portrayed the child and his psychology. The story opens with Swami's father. He is reading a newspaper article about the bravery of a small boy. He calls Swami and tells the story of that boy who saves himself from the tiger. Swami is not ready to accept that story. He feels that the story is imaginary. But Swami's father tells him about the importance of courage. Swami now gets a challenge to sleep alone in his office room. Swami is scared and he does not want to accept that fearful challenge. He tries to divert the discussion, but his father is adamant. He forces him to sleep in his office. At last, he has to follow the orders of his father. Swami was afraid of sleeping alone. When Swami's father forced him to sleep alone, Swami thought that he was only joking. He employed many tactics like changing the topic of conversation, requesting his mother and grandmother. But Swami's father did not fall into the trap and forced him to sleep in the office. He goes to bed and covers himself with a blanket. He starts snoring under the blanket till he finds his blanket being pulled away by the father. The Swami stirs and groans as if he is in sleep. Father rolls up his bed and takes Swami to the office to sleep there alone. On the way, Swami looked at his granny, hesitated for a moment, and followed his father into the office room. On the way, he threw a look of appeal to his mother. Swami's mother and grandmother were soft, kind, and considerate towards Swami. They were aware that he was afraid of dark and he could not sleep alone. But however, Swami's father did not have the same feelings towards Swami. He had a a tougher approach and believed that Swami ought to overcome such fears, hence asked him to sleep alone. As per his father's instruction, Swami slept alone in his office. He took such a daring decision to prove that he was strong and brave-hearted. Later in the night, he heard some rustling sound from the behind of bushes. As the night progressed, his heart beat faster. What happened to Swami? Shall we see in our next video?